Look at how cool that animation is, by the way, when you open up the menu.
Everything about it is just beyond polished.
Hey everybody, Justin here. We're going to play some Persona 5 today. I'm super excited for this game. I know a lot of people are super excited for it. I'm joined by my friend and confidant, Sid Schumann.
Oh, I've never been called a confidant before.
Ah, there's a good reason I called you a confidant. You'll see.
And I'm going to reveal something here for everyone to know. I have not played a JRPG since Final Fantasy VII. Does that make me a bad person?
Yeah, it does. Quick disclaimer, the footage that we're going to be playing here, this segment, is probably about 8 hours or so into the game, I think. So if you're super concerned about spoilers or anything, the segment that we're at might refer to some things that happened earlier in the game. So if you're trying to go in blind, now's probably a good time to tune out. But with that said, let's hop on in and play some Persona 5.
Now, I got a sneak peek at this one when we were setting up here for the shoot, and I feel like you take any 10 to 15 second chunk out of this game, and you've got an instant classic GIF or just like an awesome new wallpaper for your phone. The game, crazy stylish.
Absolutely, incredibly stylish. So here we are, we're in this palace here, and we're trying to steal the treasure that is hidden somewhere inside. This is my group of phantom thieves here. We are in the palace trying to find the treasure. That's the cute little cat Morgana. Let's hop on out of here.
Let's do this.
That's kind of sinister looking.
And hop in. Cool loading screens, cool little transitions between screens. Oh, there's a guy right there. Okay, I'm gonna hide over here, and I don't want this guy to see me because if he does, then the alert meter goes up. But I'm gonna ambush this guy. And I want to show off, just generally speaking, how cool the battle system is, how stylish the interface is, all that stuff.
This UI is something else, I'll tell you that.
It's crazy, right? So I can hit triangle to pull up my persona. It can switch between different personas that I've collected. Yeah, the persona designs throughout the whole series, they're all very interesting. So let's see. I'm going to do let's do this attack against one of these guys here. Nice, critical. So if you get a critical hit, or if you hit an enemy with something they're weak against, you get to go again. So that works into the strategy of the game. You can do a baton pass here. So one of the skills that my main character here has is baton pass, which means that if he does that, he can pass the baton, as it were, to another character who has that skill. So now she is going to use... Oh, okay, so she has this move that the that enemy is weak against.
Couple ammo.
There we go, done.
Styling.
A spectacular victory.
Look at how cool this like experience gained screen is.
I mean, that's like a great looking GIF right there.
Yep.
I'd post that on Twitter.
I'm probably going to do that, actually.
Look at that.
All right, and then it just seamlessly takes you back out into the kind of labyrinth you were working through.
Yeah, it's a good point. I think these are elements that are sort of underappreciated sometimes in games, this sort of smooth transition, everything kind of feeling really cohesive and kind of really polished, you know. And this game, I know this game had, Atlus has been working on this one for quite a while. It was actually, I think, originally sort of anticipated to be out around the 2014 timeframe. Obviously, it's not 2014 at this point.
It was originally announced for PS3, but then PS4 came out, and they decided to make a PS4 version. Thank goodness. Yeah, it's looking mighty fine. Okay, so I was cycling through my different attacks here to see what this enemy might be weak against. If you hit up on the D-pad, you can actually pull out a gun, and it's funny in the story. It's actually a toy gun, but since we're inside this kind of inner manifestation of the character's, desires. That's what this palace is. So since the enemies there see a gun that looks real, like it becomes a real gun in this
I get
place.
it. That's fair. So you're kind of in somebody's psyche right now.
Yeah.
Are you at liberty to reveal whose psyche?
I don't want to get too into the details there because that gets into spoilery territory.
Okay.
If you watch the stuff that is like in the interface and everything, you can see that. But yeah, I don't think that is super important to what we're showing off today, so I don't want to get into it.
All right.
Okay, now we can finish this fight pretty quickly.
A spectacular victory.
And then Tell me a little bit about the relevance of. It seems like they're almost in like sort of a superhero group of some fashion.
Yeah, so these are the Phantom Thieves, and these get-ups that they're wearing here, they're very outrageous costumes that they're wearing. They are representations of the character's kind of rebellious side that's hidden within. That's how that works into the story there. I'm going to try to get all the enemies knocked down so that I can show you an all-out attack, because those are super cool. If you hit R1, it will actually automatically cycle to whatever attack the enemy is weak against, if you've discovered it. So I hit R1, and it automatically pulled out the gun because it knows that those enemies are weak against that. So I'm going to take them both down. And now since both enemies are knocked down, I can either talk to them to try and get an item out of them, or make them join my cause, you know, kind of gain their persona and add it to my ranks.
Interesting.
Or I can just do an all-out attack.
Let's go.
I like that. That's fun. Devastating.
And that's the end of that fight.
That is
So cool.
So stylish.
And depending on which character you do the all-out attack with, that animation at the end changes. The game also just told me that I have this third eye ability that I can look at. That meter in the top left is the kind of alert meter. So if I get spotted by enemies, that increases. If it gets to 100, I think it's game over, or I get kicked out or something. But highlighted items are things that I can either interact with or steal or something. So here, I see I can climb up here, run over here, steal what's in that barrel, hop down here, do the same thing.
A dull sword, just what you wanted, right?
Yeah.
Somewhere.
So I can actually go in and look through. Look at how cool that animation is, by the way, when you open up the menu.
Everything about it is just beyond polished. I mean, it's ludicrous, quite frankly.
Yeah. Oh, I think that that dull sword is actually an item that I can either sell or something later
Okay.
on.
I didn't play Persona 4
guy?
Golden, which I know everyone was going berserk for.
Ooh, turn around.
Oh.
Okay, there we go.
Just at a broad level for the uninitiated, somebody like me who didn't play, who has never played a Persona game, like, what does Persona 5 do to sort of advance on Persona 4?
So it's a very different, a different theme, different story, different set of characters, but it retains a lot of the elements that Persona fans recognize from the series, such as the actual Persona fusing techniques and all that stuff. Oh, let's see if I knock this guy. Oh, killed him outright, so no all-out attack.
Devastating. And the Personas are, like you said, sort of these manifestations of sorts, like, explain that again.
Yeah,
I'm not sure I caught all that.
They're these like kind of spirits that you can recruit and you can kind of fuse to create more powerful ones. And they, I think they represent like the inner psyche of the characters,
Okay.
Or something like that. It's all explained in due time as you get through the game.
Now we're seeing what appears to be, sort of a mission here. There's also a whole array of like sort of social options because your characters are still in school, right?
Yeah.
So there's this whole other side of the game that we're
Yep.
not checking out right
Yeah,
now.
all we're seeing here is like the dungeon crawling
get
aspect
it.
of the game. So real quick after this, I'll show you a little bit more of that.
All right.
So right now I'm learning how to hide behind things, take cover, and kind of stealth around.
Still. Now, let's carry out our plan.
Who invited that cat?
The cat is actually like teaching me everything about this place.
Okay, I guess we can keep him.
The cat's actually pretty great. I like the cat. So this is the hiding kind of stealth mechanic. It's all kind of on autopilot for this tutorial section, but you just press X to switch to different covers, and then you can ambush the enemy straight from there.
No, if you hadn't done that, you've been ambushing left and right. Is it a harder fight? Is it a two-stage fight?
No, you can sneak up behind an enemy and you can ambush them that way, or you can kind of stealth around behind objects, which just makes it a little easier to sneak up on enemies.
I got it.
Hold on.
Let's see, what are they weak against? I don't have anything on this character that they're weak against, so I'll just do a normal attack. How about you? Yeah, okay, so they're weak against this wind attack. So let's do that, and then we'll do it again. There we go. Okay,
Got some knockdowns.
let's see if I can get these guys to join my team here.
Interesting.
So I will choose the talk option. I can ask them to give me money, want an item, or lend me your power. So let's try that. Oh, except you know what? I already actually have one of these, so they're just going to give me an item instead. But that's a good way to get some HP recovery items and stuff while you're running through these dungeons.
Let's pull back for now.
There we go. So that's one way to finish a fight. I like the all-out attacks the best.
Okay.
All right, let's move on down this hallway. Hide behind the corner.
Be careful.
No, if he sees
for
you,
this
that awareness meter increases.
Yeah.
And what happens if that gets too high?
I can show you real quick what that looks like, just for the sake of demonstration. So see that went up to 15% because he saw me?
Okay.
But they also ambushed me, so they get the first
Oh,
attack. I'm
okay.
not able to escape.
Okay.
So you don't want to find yourself in these situations. Oof! Oh, that was bad.
Devastating.
They got a critical on me.
This is it.
Oh no! Morgana's down!
That's reckless.
Oh man.
We'll back out and focus on support.
That's cool. Look at the detail. Like, he actually, like, hops out of the fight
Yeah.
and hides. That's pretty neat.
Let's see. Anything they're weak against? No, not on here. Okay, let's just do a normal attack. There we go. Lightning.
Give it all you've got. Let's go, Captain.
Yeah, this game's like, I mean, an army of the top graphical designers out there.
Here we go. Let's see. Oh, there's another one, right? How about, yeah, okay, so she's weak to gun attacks. Take down, and now we can do an all-out attack. But Morgana's out, so Morgana won't be part of this one. So cool. I just want wallpapers of all of those,
I mean,
like all-out attack finishes.
again, I'll say, take any 15 seconds of this game, and you got a good chance it's an awesome GIF.
So one cool addition they made for Persona 5 is the auto-recover functionality. If you hit square, yes, I do want to do an auto-recover. It'll automatically just use whatever skills your characters have to refill everybody's HP.
So you don't have to, like, sort of
You don't
through
have to
the
like go into the
tedium.
menu,
Yeah.
go to skill, find. Okay,
But
so
with
I
menus
can
like this,
choose-
wouldn't you want to go into that menu?
Yeah, that's true. So I mean, I could also go in and manually do all this, but I'm not going to. Oh right, so I was talking about confidants earlier. This is kind of the social link replacement in Persona 5. So in Persona 4 they were social links, but now you have confidants, and as you meet more people in the game, you forge relationships with them, and as those relationships become more, as you build up those relationships, the persona that the various personas that you collect that match that confidant type, they become more powerful, and new personas that you fuse become more powerful. So there is an advantage to meeting people outside of the dungeons, like in the real world, and going and hanging out with people and building relationships. That carries over into the dungeons.
It makes
to make
you
you
stronger. Okay,
yeah,
got it.
exactly. Let's see what's behind door number 2.
Joker.
They all have code names while they're in here. So the main character's name is Joker. He's Skull. I think the girl her code name is Panther, and then the cat is Mona.
How suspicious.
All right, so that's a hint to use my third eye ability. Footprints. Okay, let's check it out. Let's pull that lever. Something happened. More footprints. So they work these little puzzle bits into the game. This one's pretty simple, I think, because we're still in kind of tutorial stages of the game.
Whoa.
All right, so what's on the table? A map.
Now then.
Okay, so there are more maps. We got one map. These palaces are actually pretty big.
Yeah, I noticed that.
This is a little earlier than my most recent save, but in my most recent save, I actually still have not finished this palace. Okay, there's a guy. Can I hide up here? Yeah, okay.
Close call.
We can get it.
Show
Get
me
'em.
your true form.
All right. The first
Okay, let's see. I think these ones are weak to fire, so let me see if I can do something here. I'll wait until I get to Anne, because she has a fire attack. Oh, no, it's not fire. Oh, well. Oh, yeah, it is. Okay, I just hadn't discovered it yet. Okay, so now let's do fire on you as well. There we go. All-out attack. Yeah! You get to see Anne's finishing screen. The cat has Morgana has a fun one too.
All right.
So as you complete fights, that awareness meter, the alert meter up there decreases as well. So you can kind of recover if you get spotted just by not getting spotted more.
It's close enough to...
I'll reveal your true form.
Alright, the first move is ours.
So there's an interesting gameplay loop here where I'm actually in here just kind of trying to level up right now. You have a certain number of days in the real world, not our real world, but the video game's real world.
I'm following you.
You have a certain number of days to complete your objective of stealing this treasure. And so what I've done... Oh, level up. There we go. So what I've done is I'm in here trying to level up, and then I can go back out into the real world, build up some relationships, and then come back a few days later and actually try to complete my objective. So right now I'm just trying to go through and level up as much as I can before I run out of HP and SP, which you can see in the bottom right there.
Mm-hmm.
So as long as I have HP and SP, I can keep on running through here, keep trying to level up and stuff. And then I'll come back later to actually finish. So I think this is about where we'll wrap up our gameplay session. But yeah, I'll show some of this fun little platforming stuff here while we're heading out.
This game's got something for everybody, I can tell you that.
It does. It's super fun. I was a huge fan of Persona 4. Oh, careful. I was a huge fan of Persona 4 Golden, so I've been waiting for this one for a while. I'm very happy with it so far. I'm only about 10 hours or so into the game, and it's just such a fun game. Okay, I'm actually going to stop here. We'll end on Morgana's all-out attack. But yeah, Persona 5 comes out very soon on PlayStation 4. Here we go. Boom!
Nice.
So that's Persona 5. It's coming out April 4th on PlayStation 4 and PlayStation 3. Sid, you've expressed interest in Persona. What do you think based on this short gameplay segment we've seen?
I'll be honest with you, it is radically different than I had assumed. I haven't really seen the game in action. I've just seen sort of the gorgeous menus and all of that kind of thing. But I am intrigued. I want to see more of the social game. I want to see more of sort of the real world. I think that is going to complete the experience for me. But
yeah, this is just a tiny taste of what the full game has to offer.
Yeah, so you've piqued my interest. Good job, good job.
Great. So that's Persona 5. It'll be out on PlayStation 4 and PlayStation 3 April 4th. Thanks for tuning in.
PlayStation